How to knit butterflies. Hi guys, I'm Kristen and welcome to Studio Knit. This cute little butterfly knitting pattern, it's a quick, fun knit and a great stash buster. After this video, go get your complete written pattern. It's printable, available on my website. The link is in the description below. And it's also a great idea to pin this project to your Pinterest knitting board to save for later. Oh, and if you think these little butterflies are a super cute knitting idea that you'd like to try, do me a favor and hit like. It really helps me out. To knit up your butterflies, you can use any yarn weight or needle size that you'd like. In this example, I'm using worsted weighted yarn with size 7 knitting needles and of course scissors and a tapestry needle. We're knitting our butterfly from the bottom up, and here we can see how it takes shape. In this video, I will share the particular knitting techniques that you might like to have a little bit of help with. We start with our beloved little slip knot, and we are going to be casting on 8 stitches. Using the regular long tail cast on method here, we are casting on 8 stitches. And knitting from the bottom up, we begin with increases. So the very first stitch is simply knitting 1, and you can see the instructions over on the left side of the screen. Now we're going to do an increase, KFB. It means knit front and back. I also have links to these knitting techniques if you'd like a little bit more time understanding them. So knitting front, and then you keep your stitch on the needle and you also knit back. And this increases that second stitch from 1 stitch to 2 stitches, giving us an increase. So now we have 3 stitches. Here on row 1, we just knit those next 4 stitches. And then finishing up, it's KFB again. So let's look at this. We knit in the front, we keep it on our left needle, and then we go to the back and we take our yarn around. We knit through there, taking off the needle. That is another increase. And we finish with slipping 1. And I'm just taking my right needle and just jabbing it right there into that last little yarn loop. That's a slip 1. We continue our increase rows. Rows 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all increases, and this is how it looks on the bottom, nice and rounded, increasing, finishing with 16 stitches. So let's jump to row 5 and the decreases. So we knit 1, and then we're doing slip, slip, knit, and that helps it sort of slant to the left a little bit to shape our butterfly perfectly. And we are just going to slip and slip. And then I like to kind of pull the yarn down a little bit, and we knit those 2 stitches together right there. SSK is slip, slip, knit, and that's a decrease. So where we had 2 stitches, now we have the 1 right there. And we're going to continue knitting down this row, just 10 stitches. And let's jump to the next decrease. This is K2 together. So we're knitting 2 stitches instead of 1 together, and that's another decrease, and that helps it slant to the right to give our butterfly a really nice shape. And then we just slip that last stitch. Slipping the stitch actually is giving our edges a really nice, refined, smoother edge. So you keep decreasing on rows 6 and 7, and I want to show you row 8 here. It is BO3, that's bind off 3 times. So just like we bind off our work when we're done, we're going to do 2 stitches, and we're going to take that 1 stitch, pass it over, and that's binding off 1 time. So then we knit again, and we pass it over, that's binding off 2. And 1 more time here is binding off 3. I just wanted to help clarify exactly how many stitches you bind off, and you keep that one last little bind off on your needle. And then we just knit 5 stitches, and at the very end of row 8, it is slipping 1, and here's what the shape looks like. It's like a cute little boot. Now here on row 9, I wanted to show you specifically the CCO. That means cable cast on. And we begin by doing the bind off 3 times, just like we did in the last row, row 8. After you've done your bind off, you do 3 knit stitches, and we have 4 stitches on our needle. I want to show you cable cast on. Okay. So I have my needle, I put it through those 2 stitches. I have a full technique video linked down below. You bring your yarn around and you pull it through, keeping the yarn on your right needle. You bring it to the right, and on your left, you just add that little cast on right there. And we're going to do it 4 more times for a total of 5. And we just bring it around, and these are increases, and see how the shape is? It's bringing all of those stitches to the side, shaping up our butterfly. And on row 10, very similar, after knitting 9 stitches, we use the cable cast on for 5 more stitches, and here's what it's looking like. From here on out, just follow the pattern. It's more increases and decreases that we've already covered here in this video. And once you've gotten up to row 19, you have 12 stitches, and it's time to bind them off. To give our butterfly a little bit more shape, we're going to sort of cinch it up in the middle using some more yarn and a tapestry needle. Just take that bottom portion and fold it slightly right here on top to give our butterfly a bit more shape, just like this. And then just using a little bit of yarn, we're going to just tack it in place right here. So totally cute. Okay, let's finish it up. Creating the little abdomen, just cast on 14 stitches or however many you think is a good length, and then just bind them off and tack them to your butterfly. Here's how it's looking. To make antenna, I'm taking 3 strands of yarn, knotting it, and then just braiding those 3 strands for about 2 inches and tacking and tying the antenna to the top of my butterfly. So cute, and we are done. I hope you are inspired to knit up these adorable knitted butterflies. Thank you so much for watching. Please check out my entire summer knit series, lots of cute quick knits. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.